All right, so today we're going to talk about how to get into your Google Classroom and make a copy so that you can begin doing your own edits on the classroom that was created and shared with you. So to get the classroom, you can click here, and then you click the classroom. Your classroom icon may be somewhere different, so just find it and click on it. Once you click on it, make sure that you are logged in into the proper Google account, your Brandly Google account, and not some other one, or you won't be seeing the template that has been shared with you. So the template, once it's shared with you, you do have to click accept so that you can actually get into the course so that you can make your own copy. So after you click accept, it will take you into the course. Now I'm not going to go into these yet. I'm going to go into the template course. So once you click accept, you'll be brought to a page that looks like this. Then you need to make your own copy. So we're not going to do anything with this course. So once you get taken to this page, you click the dots or the lines here, you click classes. Then you go to the course that you had accepted, and you click the three dots here and you click copy. Once you click copy, the naming convention is to keep the name of the course except for the copy of, and then out to the side you put your name. Then in the section, it's probably a good idea to put your name there as well. It will help the principals and administrators to find your name in the course, just in case the course name is too long and they can't see this part. So I'm going to put it here as well. The subject doesn't really matter. I'm going to just delete that off. And then I'm going to click copy. So I'm going to do that one more time because I accidentally clicked off. John's, delete that, and then we click copy. After you click copy, it takes a couple of seconds to render the actual course copy. So after the course is finished copying, it shows up in your list. And see how John's shows up there? But see, I can't see John's in the name. So that's why it's important to put it in that other text box as well so that we can actually find it when we're looking for it. So I don't see fourth grade classes and I have to go into them to figure out which teacher is which. I can see the teacher's name right there very quickly. So I click there, and now I have my own copy. This is the one that you can edit. Again, don't edit the template. Okay, don't ever edit the template that's been shared with you. You have to accept the invite so that you can actually make the copy, but you do not want to edit the actual template itself. All right, so now I can go to classwork, and here is where I can begin to do my work. And so you will have something that looks similar to this, depending on which class you're teaching and who did the template. So what will be consistent is this piece here. Every single one of them will have an introduction, a week zero, a start here. It could be all three of these names. It may only be one of these names, but this has to stay here and at the top. All right, so now we need to talk about how do we get our students in. That's the first thing. So to get our students in, we click on people. And for you younger grades, it's best to invite those students through their student Gmail accounts or Google accounts, I should say. So I click here and I would begin starting to type each individual student's name. The other way, for the ones that can do this and can type for the older grades, you can just give them this class code, and when they go to classroom.google.com, they can type in the class code, and then they will start to appear here. So those are the two ways. Now, when you do invite them into the course, they'll have to accept it, of course, on their end, and that's just going to take some time. So you can do it either of those ways to get your actual students in the course. All right. The next thing is how do we get assignments to go live? So I'm going to go back to the classwork tab. To get these assignments to show up, right now they're grayed out. And when you make a copy of the template, that's what's going to happen. They're going to be gray. So they're all in draft mode. So I need to get them out of draft mode. To do that, I click on the first thing, and then I click Edit Material. So here in this section, this is where you need to upload your syllabus with pertinent information such as your email address and times when you'll be checking your email and things like that so that the parents and students know when they can contact you. So I would click Add, and then I could either add a file or a Google Drive file, either way that has my syllabus. So I click here, and then I would choose my syllabus from here. So I'm not going to do that right now because I'm not going to place something in here, but basically you just pick what you want to pick. That's your syllabus, and you click insert, and then that's going to attach it. So I'll show you what that looks like. So it attaches that here, and now the students and the parents get access the syllabus with all of the pertinent information. You could also type that type of information here. You would explain what the modules will look like module 1 is going to be fractions, module 2 is going to be multiplication and division, module 3 is going to be whatever. You can also use, and we're not going to use this week 1, week 2, we're going to stick to either modules or units. So either one of these, and you would name each of those units to kind of describe what's going on. So either do that in the syllabus or do that right here so that parents know what's coming, so that they can prepare their students for that, and also students will know what's coming. Right. Once you have what you want in here and you want the students and parents to be able to see that, you click post. So once I click post, now that goes live, and see how it changes color. Now that is live and can be seen. Okay. The next step that we need to talk about is how we can create more topics. So whoever created this template for you only got you started. So you need to know how to also add topics yourself. So you click create, you click topic. And so now I will create my next topic. We'll say unit 3. We'll say multiplication and division is what we're looking at now. I add that as my topic, and it will automatically go to the top because it's the newest. You may or may not want that at the top. You may want to stay in sequential order. Now, one thing I will say is you never want anything above your introduction module, because this is, again, is going to house the syllabus and the class calendar, and you want that to always be accessible to parents and students. So if you do get through module 1 and module 2 and it's time for module 3, you can just hold click and drag that up so that module 3 or unit 3 is at the very top. So that's how you can move those around. Also, if you decide that you don't want to use the module that's been created by the template, you can always click the 3 dots here and you can delete. If I delete the topic, that doesn't necessarily delete the assignments, okay? It deletes the topic and doesn't allow them to be attached. Now, I'll show you what that looks like. It says post with this topic will not be deleted. That, again, that's saying these assignments are just going to go to no man's land, basically, and won't be part of the topic anymore. Now, if I want to just get rid of an assignment because I don't like it, I can click 3 dots and I can click delete. Okay, if I decide that I don't want that assignment. All right. And now we can talk about what do we do with an assignment. So I'm going to show you the first assignment. Assignments need to have clear directions. So here you can see that I have clear directions on what needs to be done to complete the assignment in its entirety. This isn't the directions of the assignment itself. This is just what needs to happen so that the students can be complete with the assignment. So the first thing I want them to do is watch the video. So you'll see the videos first. Then they will open the Google Doc assigned to you called Assignment 1.1 American Revolution. That's here. Read directions carefully on the assignment and complete all the parts. Once complete, be sure to click the turn in mark as done, and then it provides some more information about that. This assignment is due on whatever date you're deciding this is going to be due on. These last 2 steps are very important to put every time. Parents and students want to know what needs to happen so that they are completely done with the assignment, and they also need to know when it is due. If you don't provide that information here, you're probably going to get asked. Now, you can provide a due date as part of the assignment details, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but I will suggest not using it. All right, so this needs to happen every time, these last 2 steps, because what's going to happen is students are going to complete an assignment, and until they turn it into you, you're not really able to grade it. So they need to click the turn in or mark as done depending on what type of assignment it is. All right. So let's talk about how do we create an assignment and attach it to the topic. So if I click create, I click assignment, the first thing I will tell you to do is assign it the topic that it goes to. That way you don't forget about that part. Okay, coming back over here, you need to title the assignment. So since I'm in Unit 3, I would say Assignment 3.1, and then multiplication. And again, now I would go through those instructions. So I would type up all the instructions that I need to happen. In most cases, it's going to be watch a video and do something on a worksheet of some kind and then turn that in. I'm not going to type all that up again and waste video time, but I will show you again how to add things because there is an important step. So let's say, actually, let's do the video. So they're going to watch a video first. So I go to YouTube. If you already know the YouTube link, you can just paste that link in here and click search, and that's the easiest way. Or if you want to look around for some videos, you could just type something in along the lines. So multiplication for kids, I'm going to pretend that I've watched this video and I've decided that's a good one. By the way, it's 12 minutes long, not a good idea to have kids watching that long of a video, but usually anything between 5 and 7 minutes is a good time frame. So I add that. All right, so that is there. Now I also want to add the actual assignment. So I have my assignment in Google Drive. I'm going to pretend I've created it. Here it is. That's my assignment. I insert it. Here's a very, very important step. You must make a copy for each student if you want them all to individually work on this separately. If you have students can view the file, they're not going to be able to type or do anything with the file itself. Now, what they could do is they could make a printed copy of that and then do their work on a separate sheet of paper and then upload to you what exactly they did on the separate sheet of paper. That is obviously an option, but in most cases, you're going to make a copy for each student so that they can edit the file and turn it into you when they're done. The students can edit a file is when you have one single file that you want your entire student population to work on together. So that will be one single file that every single student can edit. There are some cases where that's necessary, but in most cases, you're wanting students to look at something or you're wanting students to work on something individually. If you don't do that step before you click assign or before you schedule it, that step goes away. The only time you can change that step is if you save it as a draft. Okay, so if you don't do this step before you assign it or schedule it, then that step goes away and you have to start over and recreate the assignment. So now that I've done that and I've titled it, I've provided my clear instructions, and I've selected the topic that it goes with, then I can either schedule it or I can go ahead and click assign. In most cases, you would just go ahead and assign. And again, I didn't select a due date. I'm not going to select a due date because my class calendar is going to have that. All right, so now I've created my assignment and I've created material and different things. Now I need to actually place a link to this assignment in my class calendar. So to get a copy of your class calendar, you'll actually have to get a copy by clicking this link. Once you get your own copy, you make a copy of it. Okay, and then it will pull up your copy. Once your copy is pulled up, it's in your Google Drive now, and it says copy of distance learning calendar. It's my suggestion to get rid of this copy of and put your name beside it. Now I know this is my copy of this, and this is the copy I'm going to edit. So I'm going to go back to my Google Classroom. Right here in the class calendar, I'm going to edit the material, and I'm going to get rid of this information because that's not going to make any sense to the parent. Now it's time to actually add my calendar. So I click add, I click Google Drive, and I'm going to find the class calendar that I just made a copy of. So this one right here is most likely it because it's the top one and it's my recent. If you're unsure, you can go to my drive. And then of course you could scroll through and find the one You could change the view so it's easier to find and make sure that the name is there. And now I see that that is the exact copy. And so the way I changed that view is clicking right here with the list view. So that's the copy that I actually want. I click insert, and now that calendar is there, and I could provide a description. This is something along those lines. Helps if you spell stuff correctly. So now that I've done this, again, topic is important. I want this to be in the introduction, so make sure that that is always selected with the class calendar, and then I click post. So now that I posted that, it's there, and now it's there to be viewed. All right, so now I actually have to provide due dates to my students using this calendar. So to do that, you have to make an assignment live. So this assignment here is live. So once it's live, I can get this to show you what it looks different when it's not live. This is a draft. I don't have the option to copy a link. You can only copy the link of an assignment once it's been posted. So I copy that link and I go to that Google Slide calendar, and I'm going to insert the date in which it is due. So I go to the date, I hit space bar or enter to get to where I need to be. And so we're going to say on August 18th, assignment 3.1 is due. And so I'm going to copy the assignment 3.1 over it after I type it in there. And then I'm going to click the insert link button. And then I'm going to paste that link that I grabbed earlier from the assignment. So from right here, when I clicked here and copied the link, I'm now posting that link onto that text and hyperlinking. I click apply, and now that is linked for the students to see. So now when a student or a parent opens this class calendar and they're here and they're looking at it and they're viewing this class calendar, they'll be able to click here, and it's going to take them directly to that assignment. So here it is, assignment 3.1. Now they know that it's due on the 18th, and they can click that link to be quickly taken to that. I would say that the students and parents, this might be the easiest way for them to access your assignments. So once you're posting them to your Google Classroom, here, grabbing that link and putting it in there and directing them always to the class calendar to know when something's due may be the easiest way instead of them trying to scroll through here and find that. So that's what the class calendar is important. All right, so we've talked about all of the pieces. The last piece is grades. This grades piece is unimportant to you. You won't need to worry about the grades. Anything that you grade obviously will go into PowerSchool, and so we're not worried about the grades part. So when you're adding point values here for your assignments, don't get caught up in that. It doesn't matter if it's 100 points. It doesn't matter if it's 1 point. Changing those point values don't really mean anything because you're going to do all of that in PowerSchool. If you have questions, please reach out to my email address, blake.johns@brantley.k12.georgia.us, or you can contact Dr. Haney as well. We'll be happy to assist and answer any questions you have. Thank you.